Hello, beautiful souls. I'm so excited. Today I have an amazing special guest that you will not want to miss this recording. This is going to just be something that will touch your heart in a very special way. Now, this video is a little bit different than ones that I have done in the past. Due to some circumstances in this precious dear soul's life, there is a need for some privacy for her right now. However, that will not be the case for very long, and you will see her come out bigger and better and more amazing. She is going to help shift the consciousness of this earth in big ways. I know it. I feel it with every fiber of my being, with every fiber of my soul. And so, with prayer, with meditation, with the help of our spirit team, with the help of God, both of us have come to the conclusion that these messages cannot be withheld. And so in that light, we did not want to wait one more day to share some of these messages. And you will hear from this beautiful soul even more before that time comes, that she will be able to shine her light so bright that many of you will be searching her out for help. I just know that this is a soul that has come here to really change and shift this world and bring such a huge vibration to this world. So without further ado, I want to welcome this beautiful soul and say hello. How are you?
Hi, Stacie. Thank you for such a beautiful introduction. And the first thing that comes to my mind is God is good.
Oh, yes.
God is good. And I know God has brought our lives together.
Absolutely.
And I'm blessed to be here.
Oh, and I am so honored. I am so honored. This beautiful soul is enrolled in my new You program. And she is only about week 5 right now. So as you know, my program is a 9-week program. She's only a little halfway over in this program, but she has had transformational things happening in her life based upon the techniques and the things she's learning in this program. So that is why we're doing this amazing testimonial right now. Dear, tell us what was some of the reasons, like what brought you to be interested in getting into the program?
I had, known for most of my life that there was something a little different about me. And I knew that I had a strong connection with the other side in God. And I'd spent a lot of my, teen and adult lives reading books and researching and trying to understand and learn more about what this all meant in these gifts. Of course, I went to church and, did the traditional methods of connecting and being closer to God. And I wanted to understand more about what this all meant. So, I read books and researched and watched videos and got my hands on anything I could get my hands on. I took a class here and there that it was offered. I even joined a spiritual type prayer circle for a little while with a sister of mine. But I couldn't find the right place, the place that just felt, as we know, felt right.
That feeling.
Yes. There wasn't a feeling of meeting that right person, that right individual or group that could bring me to the next step of my awakening, if you will, to expand my knowledge and things that I've kind of already gained and kind of pulled together for myself. I knew there was something more. And I felt very drawn to continue my search. And ironically, on social media,
Ironically,
I found this beautiful woman, and something just drew me to her. I knew God brought me to this place and brought me to you for a reason that was much bigger and more meaningful than I could have ever imagined. There was just some kind of connection. I felt it in my heart, my soul. It was, as we say, we feel things. And I knew there was something much bigger and there was much more meaning and purpose to it. So I reached out to Stacie, and that's how it began. And I knew you were brought into my life for a reason. And this program was brought into my life for a reason. And I certainly know now uh, what that reason was. And I'm blessed and honored to be a part of this program and to know you.
Wow. I'm so blessed too. And I'm so honored to be that teacher. And that's the thing, Spirit nudges us, God nudges us and opens a door. And he's like, here you go, dear one. This is where you need to go. Walk through the door. Come on, walk through the door. And so many of us start to take that step and we go, ooh, nope, I'm too afraid. Ooh, nope, maybe the cost is too much. Or, ooh, nope, I don't know. People think I'm crazy, and then we back away and then we wonder, why am I still stuck? Why am I still not getting where I need to go? Why do I still feel nudging and pushing? And, our spirit team and God is always loving. But a lot
Yes.
of times we're our own worst enemy when it comes to there's the door and then we don't walk through it.
Exactly.
So it's like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Wow.
Exactly.
Well, from getting to know you, even before you enrolled, you were very awakened spiritually. And that was just something that I was very attracted to helping you even more, because that's who I really am looking for, is those that are awakened spiritually, but can't seem to figure out how to get like over that wall or over that next hump. Because I know that the people that I'm helping in the New You program are going to become amazing spiritual leaders. You're here for a reason. You're going to help raise the vibration of the earth. And that was one thing that really resonated for me with you, was that you were spiritually awakened.
Yes. I've shared with Stacie that I have a memory of when I was about 3. Um, we had big windowsills in our bedroom, and I was sitting up on the windowsill, leaning on the windowsill, talking to people outside, talking to God and talking to people. And,
Love it.
I remember my mother saying, who are you talking to? And I'm like, oh, I was talking to God. Like it was, an everyday thing.
Of course I was. Don't you?
And don't you see that out there, kind of thing. And I always had I don't remember a time in my life when spirit and God and higher beings weren't around.
Mm,
And I've just probably like many others um, that are like us or seeking this
mhm,
kind of further awakening, if you will. I kind of knew my whole life. I don't have any memory in my whole life where I didn't know that spirit was either working through me, or I was learning about them, or I was exploring them. I've just always had a deep, deep connection in knowing. You know, many of us go through all kinds of tragedies and hardships and illnesses and struggles, and mine is probably no different than many other people. And I know that there is no way I would have gotten through 99.9% of it without God and Jesus and Mother Mary and the angels, and I knew they held me up and walked me through these times. And I was facing yet another time when I was seeking further knowledge and expanding what this all meant for me. I you know I really truly believe, between my work in the past and things I've gone through, that this program was going to help me bring me to the next step I need to go to offer what I believe my purpose is
mhm.
in bringing a higher awareness and healing and love and peace and joy to other people's lives, and hopefully to the world someday. And I just felt that connection, and I knew that you were going to help me get there, and this program was going to help me take those steps I needed to really, like you said, open that door and
Yeah.
take that step forward. And I'm not afraid this time. It's different, this program, and you have made me feel so comfortable and loved and welcomed and accepted. And I feel like, as strange as it sounds, even though we're on earth, I found a place that it feels like home.
Oh,
It feels like a
yes.
home, even though heaven's home and
Right.
that's our real home. This is just a journey and a story we're on.
Yeah.
This is the closest thing I felt to home.
That
I
is
guess that's
beautiful.
the word I would use.
Yeah. Well, in our weekly calls, you had even mentioned to me, it's like it's the first time you felt like you could just be you
Yes.
with no judgment, with no worry.
Right.
Um, those, our small knit group that gets together. That's one of our fears as someone that's, come out of the spiritual closet, if you will. It's like we're going to be judged. Maybe we had a past life where we were killed for being who we are. And so that is something that is so relieving in the New You program, is being able to be your true authentic self and
Yes. As we say, our real selves.
our real
I
self.
haven't found that before. And honestly, I feel like it's all of these souls and all of us have been brought together to go on this journey.
Yes.
And I know that I feel like the real me. I guess
Yeah.
that's the best way I can put it. It's the real
Yay.
me that's come out.
I know. So awesome. It's so awesome to be with individuals that are awakened, that do connect with spirit and talk with spirit. And we have these conversations where it's like we have this human conversation. Oh, and by the way, my spirit is saying da 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 da. And oh, by the way, the angel's saying da 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 da. And oh, hey, Jesus has something to say too here. So we're just going to have this whole conversation, even though there's only 3 of us in the room. There's like this whole plethora of beautiful beings that
Yeah.
are interacting with us. And that is so amazing. It's so
Yeah.
amazing. I hope
Yes.
the world gets to where one day we can just all be like that. I hope we see that in our lifetime. But that is amazing.
I do too. I do too. And the things that I've learned in the program and tools that I've been able to use and a deeper level of understanding, um, and knowing, I guess that's the best word too, is knowing that I can take the things that I have in my um, knowledge bank, I guess, if you will,
Mhm.
and explore them even deeper and understanding them even deeper. The tools that I'm learning in the program are providing beautiful spiritual ways and
Yes.
for me to grow and expand on those things. And I am truly, and like I've said to you before, for always and forever thankful for the gift of this program and for your beautiful,
Thank
beautiful self, your
you.
beautiful soul, and all the
Thank
love and everything that you're bringing to the world too, Stacie.
you.
It's truly, you're truly a godsend, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And
Thank
um, my life feels like I'm on a journey and a path where I've waited a long time for it to happen, but it's like I want to rip my shoes off and run,
you.
I'm
Yes,
like, all right,
I can't wait.
let's go, let's move. It's like the most exciting feeling, but I know I need to take it a step at a time. But I'm so excited. It's like I literally want to rip my shoes off and just run.
I bet. So dear, give us a little sample of what, since you've learned these tools and these techniques in the program, like what a little glimpse of what you're experiencing now, um, and able to manage what you're experiencing, because maybe you experienced a couple of these things way back when, but didn't understand them or didn't understand how to manage them. But because you've mentioned some things to me about an amazing archangel, you've mentioned Jesus, you've mentioned Mary, like what would you like to share our listeners and our viewers of what a little glimpse of, like, what profound things are you experiencing?
What I've been able to do with the tools that I've learned is, balancing myself a little more, getting more grounded and more connected. And I guess in a couple different ways, in a safer way and
Mhm.
in a more open, clearer way. And in doing that, in my meditations and dreams, I've been able to seek a lot of clarity in things that I've always sensed. And one of those things I've always sensed, and I'll share with everyone, is I always believed that I was connected to Holy Mother Mary, and I was around in the time of Jesus. I just,
Oh.
since a little child, I've always felt that way.
Mhm.
If I would, because I would watch a movie that had anything to do with, the life of Jesus, and would sob and have to leave the room. And I just
Mhm.
kind of knew there was something always there. And I've been able to understand through dreams and meditations that Mary and I were actually friends.
Mm.
Uh, and I believe, from what I've been told, our children played together.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I believe I was there also at the time of, regretfully, of Jesus' crucifixion.
Mhm.
But I was there in the friendship mode and support mode of Mary and her family. So that's become very clear, and I'm learning more and more about that as time goes on. So that has been verified for me, which has been extremely humbling and a great honor. And I
Oh,
feel like I have more to learn about that and more that I can share.
yes. Oh my
And
gosh, that's like a whole book right there.
yeah,
That is so awesome.
and I believe that was a past life, as we say.
Yeah.
And I finally have met my archangel, which took a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but again, with the tools that we've been taught in the program, and being able to be more solid, I guess, in that experience of opening myself up.
Yeah.
My archangel is Metatron, or
Yeah.
as he tells me sometimes, the kids call him Meta.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. That is so awesome. And, we've had a few of the New You program peoples start channeling and bringing messages through from ascended masters or archangels. And it's so funny that both of those have had a kind of a, slang
Yeah.
name that they go by. I think that's so cool. How awesome is that? So very exciting. And Metatron is an amazing archangel. Wow.
Yeah, and
Powerful.
really, yeah, I've only really started to get to um, understand. I know that's a lot. I have pages and pages and pages of notes already from him, and it's funny because most of the angels that I've come across and met, or had the blessing of getting to meet, a lot of them do have a little edge of sense of humor to them. I guess sometimes it's really funny, sometimes it's dry humor, uh,
Uh-huh.
but it's almost like they can get to the point of our human level to get us to understand something and maybe even make a little joke out of it.
Right.
But when I was exploring my chakras and trying to understand them, and I had that whole experience with Archangel Gabriel, and him saying to me, "It's okay, you got it," like, it's not that hard, is it? Like, joking around kind of. But I'm like, yeah, well, maybe for you, but in this human form, it might be a little difficult to
Right.
get it all.
You're like, come
So,
on, you can
yeah.
do it. You got it. Don't stop. That's
They
awesome.
do really. That's one thing that's beautiful about exploring all this, is they really do get that we're human, that we're in a human body. Uh, so we might have this spiritual understanding that we're exploring and learning and growing and learning every day, but they understand that we are in human form. So
Yes. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
yeah,
And then they remind us, you have God within. You can do anything you want.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's easier said than done. But yeah.
That is so true.
Wow. I love it. And I know, before you even came in the program, like you had said in the beginning, that you felt like you had blocks that were kind of holding you back,
Mhm.
even though you were amazingly gifted in this spirituality realm. Um, and I find that a lot of people, especially in my understanding divine messages Facebook group, are kind of in that same boat. They're awakened. They've possibly spoke or seen or felt an angel or some kind of loving being on the other side, but for some reason there's something holding them back. And I love that in the very beginning of the program we just really dive deep in that deep soul healing. And a lot of times that deep soul healing week is what really removes a lot of those things that are blocking us. And as soon as that happens, it's just like the floodgates open and we know how to manage it, right? We've all learned how to turn it down. But it's like, oh my gosh, here it is. Ah, there we are.
So true. So,
And you,
we
my
have
dear,
to,
have had notes and notes and notes and notes. You've had
the
some,
floodgates open.
they really did. Oh my goodness, she sends me so many
Ugh.
amazing divine messages. It's like,
Yeah.
I know you're going to have a book one day.
Uh, where to begin?
Yes.
It's yeah, it's true. I think our human selves can really get in the way of taking, like you said, opening that door and stepping through. And that definitely one thing this program's done is it's almost like blown the door off the hinges. So never mind walking through, the door's been blown off the hinges.
Woo! Here we
And
go.
and it really it's opened the floodgates for me. And I really I am working really hard on staying grounded, and because I think you've shared in the past too, you can get really stuck. It's really nice being connected. It's really nice kind of being there. So,
Yeah.
and you
Sometimes
can
we
kind of
don't
get
want to
stuck
come.
there.
Yeah, we don't want to come back down.
It's like, oh, okay, I have to go back to the human self. So you can get kind of stuck up there, and I can too. And
Yeah.
so I really have to focus on the grounding and staying grounded and connected in my human body.
Right. We
But
came here to do something, even though it's fun to go play.
Hello, come back down. So yeah, I really, this program has really immensely opened so many different channels and ways for me to explore that knowledge and understanding in such depth that I know I would never be able to have done this without you or without this new you program.
Thank
And,
you.
and I'm learning more every day. I just feel like, how can there be more? There's
Right.
more.
I know.
There's more. Are you kidding?
Each week I'm like, it's Christmas, just
Oh,
wait.
like you said, oh,
Oh,
it's wow. It's every time I watch a new video or learn something new and can expand upon, the gifts that you're giving us, it's really allowed me to even learn more and explore more. And
yeah.
I really think it's endless. I guess that's the word I
We
use.
don't stop. I mean, even after people graduate from the New You program, you've got this great spiritual toolbox to resort to for the rest of your life. But I always tell people, you don't stop. Like, just because the 9 weeks is over, like, you got to keep going. There's so much more. So, dear, if someone is listening right now to your message, and they're on the fence and they've been thinking about the New You program, or maybe this is the first video and they're like, wow, this really resonates for me. What would you say to them?
If you're feeling that, like myself, that you're at a point where you know that you have these gifts and abilities and knowledge, and you just need that person or that program or that group of people that really get you. I mean, really understand you and get you. This is a program that I feel is, like I said, like being home. You can find out a lot of the answers to your questions about yourself, who your real self is, understand your past, make your present more clearer, and your future, like I said, endless. I think this is a program that can help you work towards finding the best possible you, the real you. And
Beautiful.
it's changed my life. It's
Oh,
changed who I am as a human being, and as a spiritual being. I think it's an endless way for me to continue my work. Um, but I think anyone that's at a place where they want to learn more about who the real you is, who that real person is, and that spiritual person is, this program has brought me a feeling like I found home, home on earth. Even though I keep saying I know home is heaven, or the other side, or whatever people like to call it, and with God or the higher source. Um, this is the closest place I felt to being home.
mm, that is beautiful. Well said. Wow.
Mm.
So if that is you and you want to feel like you're at home and can be you and really understand you and who you are, who that spiritual being is, just like she said, sometimes we kind of know who we are, but we really don't. The world really molds us and shifts us to be a person that is not our true authentic self. And we know that we're hidden in there somewhere. And if you're ready to come out and be that true, authentic self and learn who you really are, just send me a message. Let's set up a discovery call. It's free. It's about 30 minutes. Let's see if we're on a vibrational match. Like, this is a program that, like she said, is changing her life. It is transformational. I have had so many people graduate from this program already, and every single one of them have said that it has transformed their life for the better. They are not the same person they were. They are an amazing, more beautiful, more grounded, more spiritual, more enlightened. They are ready to help change the world in whatever form that looks like, whether it's big or small. And if that sounds like you, just send me a message. Let's connect. Let's talk. We do have space to enroll, but I'm looking for a good vibrational match. You know, I want you to be able to be in a right place that I can help you, and I know I can. And I want the program to be a good fit for you as well, where you are a good match for the beautiful souls that are in the program. And so it's not for everybody, you know, and I get that, but it was placed on my heart at the beginning of the year. I'm supposed to help 100 beautiful souls this year in 2018. And so if that is you, let's talk. Let's talk. Wow. Dear, this was amazing. I love your story.
And Stacie, I wanted to say that I know God is working through you, and the love and support and teachings and joy and gifts that you're bringing people is a blessing to all of us. It's a blessing to me, and I'm trying not to get teary-eyed because I'm taping. But I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're so
And
welcome.
it's you're a godsend. I know that God is working through you, and the angels and everybody over there is working really hard to give us all this beautiful gift of you. And you are a beautiful gift, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's gonna make me cry. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. This is truly one of the most, and I'm getting choked up, one of the most blessed jobs that I have ever had. I am so glad I was able to get out of corporate America. I am so glad that I was able to tap in to my soul, to my spirit team, so that I could perform what God sent me here to do. And it blesses me to see all of you going through this and blooming, and we work together to make a difference in this world. So thank you. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, until next time, will you come back and share with us after you've graduated from the New You program?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And I'm sure that we will probably see more of her amazing work that she is doing, because she is a channel. She is an amazing channel of God's love, and a lot of amazing beings are coming through to share messages with the world through this beautiful soul. So this is not the last that we have heard from her. So I'm super excited. All right. Until next time, angel kisses to you all, and we will see you in the next video.